All tied up at 3 after 1. Let's test your knowledge with today's Aflac trivia question. Dating back to 1892, Georgia and Auburn are playing for the 126th time today, tying UNC and Virginia for second most meetings between two schools. What is the most played matchup in FBS history? Care to venture a guess?
I think it's Wisconsin and Minnesota.
I know the answer, so I'm not going to say it.
All right.
I did my homework ahead of time.
I respect your integrity.
Yes.
And I think that's a good guess.
My mom and dad went to Wisconsin. On Wisconsin, first song I learned.
Oh. 2nd and 11 to start this second quarter. Bennett escapes, makes one juke. Bennett still on his feet and gets popped just short. Smoke Monday came in like a bullet, and a flag is thrown.
Now here's the question.
I can't wait to see this because I am been on the fence for the majority of these calls. Auburn got in trouble for one against Penn State, which I think most people out there would completely disagree with. We're going to get some replays on this one, but it's tough when the quarterback or runner starts to fall down. You have a target area.
Personal foul, targeting with the crown of the helmet. Defense number 21.
Yeah.
The problem is he's launching and he's using the crown of his helmet. The runner is not a defenseless player because now he's a ball carrier and he hadn't transitioned to the ground. To me, it's the crown of the helmet and the launch.
Yeah, you saw the head go down.
But I know where we can get an answer.
Yep.
Where's that? Is that the dancing man?
The dancing machine.
Gene, what do you got for us here?
Coach,
Smoke Monday would be a really tough loss for this team.
It would be, Noah, and Coach hit the nail on the head. Stetson is a runner, so he's not defenseless. So the only target we can have is leading with the crown of the helmet and attacking with force with that crown. And as we watch the replay, we can see Smoke Monday's helmet in a position where he is initiating contact with the top of his helmet of the crown and attacking with that. And that is what the target is.
Targeting is confirmed. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down. By rule number 21 is disqualified.
And fellas, it should be noted that this is a rule to protect Smoke Monday. This is to protect him as much as the Stetson Bennett on this play. Because when you drop your head like that, you put yourself at risk.
I completely agree, and it's just unfortunate for defenders that Stetson's going down to happens. I'm still in the belief, though, that a football player should not be kicked out of a football game for the next 3 quarters. A game that means this much because of a play like that.
So no more Monday. Zion Puckett is in the game for Auburn. They go under center I formation, hand it off to the fullback who goes over the top, and it looks like got in. It's a touchdown for Georgia.
I think we got that lead back playing defensive line here. Or no.
Zamir White, 2 touchdowns last week, gets his 5th of the season.
A little fullback dive. They actually put Zamir White at fullback, hand in the dirt. And I love it. Quick snap, quick hitter, give it to the fullback. The running back lined up as fullback and go right downhill to be able to get the score for the Bulldogs.
The hidden fullback.
Hidden.
The hidden fullback.
Brings Podlesny on for the extra point. Already hit from 22 earlier today after that interception set it up. Kobe Dean. Sneaks in there. 7-point Georgia lead.
That's a great job. A little bit through the air with Stetson Bennett. Then Zeus to finish it off. Bulldogs up 10-3.
Long drive extended by a penalty for Georgia, capped off by the short touchdown run by Zamir White to give them a 10-3 lead here in Auburn. And Queen Latifah returns in the new season of the hit drama The Equalizer. Premieres tomorrow on CBS. Electric atmosphere here at Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn. 88,000 on hand to watch the Deep South's oldest rivalry, with number 2 Georgia looking to stay perfect on the year. Jarquez Hunter is back deep, and he's going to take it out. Hunter has a lot of explosion availability, but doesn't get much here short of the 20. And let's go down to Jenny Dell.
Yeah, we got an injury for Georgia. Safety Christopher Smith is out for now with a right shoulder injury. You see him on the sideline with a brace on. Guys, remember, Smith was the player with the pick 6 against Clemson, so could be a big loss for Georgia.
74 yards against Clemson, had his second interception against Vanderbilt. Appreciated Jenny, and that is certainly a hit for the Bulldogs. But Aaron, we were talking about it before the game. This is a defensive unit that's basically too deep at every position.
Besides maybe the secondary, a little bit front 7, I would say yes. A little bit thin at the safety spot. We're seeing Dan Jackson come in right now, the one who blocked the punt last week.
Nick's out of the shotgun. Swing it. Bixby. Collision and just moves on forward for 7.
And I think this is a way to get Tank involved in this football game. Has been somewhat non-existent in the run game the past 2 weeks. Had a big game catching the ball last year versus the Dogs. Get him in space against these linebackers.
Get it right back to him, puts the head down, and will fall forward for right about a first down. First drive for Auburn, 17 plays, and since then, Nix has just been trying to find that rhythm.
Well, we said it was the first time Georgia had been behind. They have answered the call, scoring the next 10 points. An important drive right here for Bo Nix in this Auburn offense.
Haven't heard Schenker a whole lot. Had a couple opportunities on that first drive. He'll stay on the ground with Bixby, and he dances around and then runs into a wall of Bulldogs.
Well, this is the issue when you want to run outside zone against the Bulldogs. The speed, the size. If you're going to want to run on them, I still believe it's got to be downhill inside zone. You see Nolan Smith being able to really lock up the outside. They're just too fast. You got to hit him right in the mouth.
Defensive coaches call it setting an edge, and Nolan Smith did it beautifully there.
Jarquez Hunter has been relatively quiet so far. Let's see if they can get him involved. They send him in motion. Now they will swing it out to Hunter, the freshman. Makes one-man miss, cuts upfield, and gains a couple of yards back. Gets maybe 3 on the play. Nakobe Dean comes in to stop the freshman.
Well, this is where I want to see someone step up for Auburn at the receiving position. Kobe Hudson, number 5, guy that they like to work over the middle of the field against a too-high safety. He should be able to make some plays.
3rd down and 8. Nix under pressure, escapes. Nix short of the first down.
Decision down right here. Here's your 4th and 1.
Don't Lane Kiffin it. You're in your own territory right now. I think you got to punt it. Your defense has played fine to start this game. The last thing you want to do is give them a quick field position change, and I agree with this one. Punt the ball away.
They defer to your wisdom, Aaron. They defer.
That's why you watch other games. You learn from other coaches. You learn from their mistakes. Put the popcorn away for a little bit. Punt the football.
Kearis Jackson thought he had a big return last time.
This is a fake?
I wouldn't be surprised if this was a fake.
It is not. Chapman will send it deep. Harris called for the fair catch and makes it at the 22. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Georgia up a touchdown, looking for more when we come back. SEC on CBS. Georgia up 10-3 with the football here just a couple minutes into the second quarter, and we had some loss for the Auburn defense just a few moments ago. Smoke Monday was ejected from this game with a targeting call on the field as he lowered the crown of his helmet. Let's look back. Targeting for the Auburn Tigers, Zacoby McClain ejected against Penn State. And this was really somewhat of a controversial call, and he was really frustrated.
What he said was, what do you want me to do? Let him score a touchdown? What? Defenders nowadays, I feel bad for them. This one, it makes a little bit more sense, but still I go back to the thought process of, do those hits deserve to be kicked out of the ball game? If you want to give the penalty, yes, but I don't think they need to be sitting on the bench right now.
A lot of national conversation on that topic, maybe borrowing from the NBA, flagrant 1, flagrant 2.
So Donovan Kaufman coming in, transfer from Vandy, has started 3 games this year, so he is experienced. First play of this drive goes to Kendall Milton on the run, who just slivers for a couple of yards, and Kaufman comes in to make the stop. So, look, guys, Smoke Monday, one of the on-field energetic leaders of this Auburn defense, and already without one of their captains in Owen Pappo, who is pretty much the heart and soul along with Chandler Wooten. So who else has to step up for Auburn defensively here as an emotional leader and certainly making plays on the field?
Oh, this front 7 has to, especially Chandler Wooten. Has to continue to make plays to slow down this running game. Pretty much eliminated through the first half.
Bennett back to the air. A nice one. Look out for the big target, Darnell Washington, who is really difficult to bring down. Gets all the way to midfield on the catch and run.
This is a Battlestar Galactica athlete. I mean, he is enormous, and he's a graceful athlete. He was lost for the early portion of the season because of foot surgery, broke a foot, so he's playing himself back into shape. But you can imagine how Todd Monken loves having him back.
Loves it, but I think that was the first example of what losing Smoke Monday meant. You saw right there, Kaufman was covering him one-on-one. That would have been Smoke Monday's guy in that situation.
Gain of 25. Play action and plenty of time. Bennett airs it out. Plenty of separation as well. And it's complete. Ladd McConkey down the field. Sets up first and goal.
Little stutter and goal on the outside, and should have been a touchdown. Stetson, this is the knock on him. Can he throw the ball down the field as far as JT? No, but listen, he gave his guy an opportunity. Big play, but beautiful route by McConkey.
Gain of 46 after a gain of 25. They hand it off White, who already has one touchdown. Keeps the legs churning for a couple here.
It's a beautiful job. Look at this.
We've seen these double moves. We saw him hit that pass earlier in the game. It was set up. They have it exactly the same way. They take full advantage.
And great job using his eyes. So many times receivers just want to stutter. Don't do enough at the top of the route to sell it. Beautiful job bringing the eyes back to the sideline. DB jumps. Easy big play, explosive play for this offense.
In the red zone, Auburn's defense has been very solid. 3 tight ends, though, here for Georgia. Big play earlier on the drive, went to Washington. Bennett keeps. Bennett stopped short. Kaufman comes in, and Knighton was there as well.
Looked like some confusion on this play. Didn't look like this was the way they practiced it. And when you're caught with the ball, and you're not supposed to have it, you get it north and south and try to save the day.
Well, we've seen Bowers with a couple reverses and a touchdown on a reverse. I think the goal was to run the ball there to the left with James Cook and then fake the reverse to Bowers. Cook went right, quarterback went left, and, you know, at that situation, Stetson did the right thing. Get down. Get back to the line of scrimmage.
Huge down for this Auburn defense.
A.D. Mitchell on the outside. Milton, the running back. They will throw it. Fires. Hold in. A.D. Mitchell. Touchdown, Georgia.
Just a beautiful angle route. He starts in on a hard charging slant, puts his foot in the ground and returns. And just, it's too much for Roger McCreary to hang on for that long.
They really love number 5, A.D. Mitchell. Promising future. Beautiful route. Sells it to the inside. Chris Cut coming back. And that was a great job. Stetson Bennett, I said, running the ball has been a little bit difficult. Can Stetson Bennett win a game? Is he a game manager or not? He's managing it pretty well right now, Coach.
Yeah, he's managing it beautifully.
Podlesny puts in the extra point. A couple of big plays on this last drive.
Big plays from the mailman, one-on-one. Great route by McConkey. Get on top. Accurate throw. Then A.D. Mitchell, one-on-one in the red zone. Georgia up big right now.
Six plays, 78-yard drive in just under 3 minutes, and Georgia has a 2-touchdown lead. Thursday, have you heard about the new comedy Ghosts? Critics call it frightfully funny, hilariously spooky, thoroughly charming, and falls funniest. So, prepare to be scared funny with a new episode of Ghosts. Thursday at 9/8 Central here on CBS. Go back to our Aflac trivia question here after the kickoff from Georgia. Auburn looking to get points back on the board, and with 9:10 left in the second quarter, they've got time, but remember, Georgia's getting that second half kickoff as they won the toss and elected to defer and let that defense do their work early. Second thing to keep in mind is Georgia, by the way, all season, second, third quarter, no points.
Can't do much better than that, can you?
It's almost perfect. All right, let's go to that Aflac trivia question. Rick, I feel like you were confident. You felt ready to go. You felt like you had it right at the top of your mind, on the tip of your tongue. Dating back to 1892, Georgia and Auburn playing for the 126th time. UNC Virginia, second, tied with those two. Minnesota, Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
It's a beautiful singing voice.
Dick and Jane right now are at home going, he remembers.
I love it.
It is true. My parents' names are Dick and Jane.
Which is even better.
I know. I was this close to being named Spot.
Would have been legendary. I mean, you're legendary, though, right? Hunter with a nice run on first down. Stumbles forward for 9.
Well, this is what they got to do. Get the big boy back in there. 10 yards per carry heading into this ball game as Hunter get downhill, get to these third and manageable situations. And let's see if we can get Bo Nix back into this game. Get him in some rhythm, easy throws.
SEC Offensive Player of the Week going back to the aerial attack. Couple of fakes, couple of flags, and he's dumped in the backfield.
This is a perfect example of what plagues Bo Nix. They have a double move called to the top of the field. Wait for the officials' comments here. But they had a double move to the top of the field, and he was off of it before it materialized, and it would have been a touchdown. Now we'll wait and see what the flag is.
Well, it looks like holding on the inside. You saw big Jordan Davis running through that offensive line. But the reason he got off it, his feet were too fast.
Offense number 52. That penalty is declined. Third down.
Right there, Bo Nix, double moves take time. You got to be patient. And right now, his feet are telling him to get off of it because they're too fast. You got to slow it down, especially double moves. 1, 2, 3, big pause. Hitch, pump, second hitch, and let it rip. He's just getting through the reads too fast.
Loss of 9, sack from Zion Logue will bring up 3rd down and 10. Shivers, who tipped up the pass in the first quarter for the interception, in the backfield with Nix, who will take the shotgun snap and look to throw again. Rolls out and throws it at the feet of Shivers, incomplete. Trayvon Walker there to apply some pressure.
That's a great job by Walker on the inside, actually playing the 3 technique. You get a little nose tackle and tackle twist on the inside. Able to flush Bo Nix, but listen, at 3rd and 10, not a lot of confidence in these receivers right now. You can't get into that situation.
John Samuel Shanker was open, but he was short of the first down, and that may have been why Bo chose not to throw it to him.
3rd punt of the day for Oscar Chapman, Australian. Another excellent Australian punter, and Garris Jackson will let it bounce out of bounds, giving Georgia some decent field position to start this drive just inside the 25-yard line. So Georgia looking for more, already up by 2 scores.
Adam Zucker in New York. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, BJ, Kevin, and I get you caught up on all of today's action, including the meeting of top 5s. Penn State and Iowa. Sean Clifford doing his best. Stetson Bennett, 14-3 Penn State on the road. James Franklin, 0-8 on the road all time against top 10 teams. Back to Noah, Aaron, and Rick.
All right, 17-3, Georgia getting the ball back. Auburn had 17 plays in their first possession, just 13 since, but they had their opportunity on that last drive.
It's a one-on-one with a double move on the top, little stutter and go, and I want you to watch when Bo Nix gets off his receiver. Just does not give it time. Pumps. Right now, DB's stuck. He's facing you. Hips are down. Receiver's going to blow right by, and he's off of it. He doesn't allow the play to mature because his feet are just a little bit too quick. They're ahead of the receivers at the moment. Just have to slow him down a hair. That's an opportunity for a big play down the field for this quarterback.
Quarterbacks have to have what we call an internal alarm clock. If it's not on time, you can't be good.
Auburn led this game 3-0. Georgia has scored 17 unanswered, and in this quarter alone, Georgia now with 89 yards. Auburn for the game, 92 total yards of offense.
That's a rare unforced error by Stetson Bennett. He has been outstanding thus far today. Over 13 yards an attempt going into that particular play. Just got to play catch.
That's for right now for this Auburn defense. I think this is a huge possession to get off the field. See if you can get a 3rd down. Get your offense in good field position. Got to put some more points on the board before halftime.
Bennett hands it off. Cook. Not a lot of room there.
An interesting down right here for Derek Mason, the defensive coordinator for Auburn. Is he going? We got an injured player here.
Jamari Salyer, who was one of the leaders.
Their
of this
left tackle,
offensive line.
yeah. When we talked to Todd Monk, and he said that was one of the guys that has the loudest voice in that locker room.
We'll get an update on Salyer when we come back. Good news is that senior Jamari Salyer walked off on his own power. Here was the injury.
A lot of big bodies there, but it does look like Broderick Jones will be replacing him at the left tackle position.
The head coach's nightmare every time bodies go down.
Yep.
Just want everybody to get back up.
And we're seeing right now, they did a lot of drop 8 versus LSU in these situations last week.
3rd and 8. Quick throw to the outside, and Jackson is stopped immediately there. That Auburn secondary was all in the area to make sure Jackson couldn't get any yards after the catch.
And that's a great job by Simpson, making sure he doesn't get blocked to the inside. Keep your leverage. Poor blocking on the outside by Georgia. Like I said, that was a huge stop to be able to get your offense, hopefully good field position, get them on the field, and get some confidence back too, because Georgia offensively was moving the ball there in the second quarter.
Going back to that concept of keeping the edge. He kept his outside arm free, forced it back to his help. Brilliant play by the youngster.
The Georgia transfer, Demetrius Robertson, is back to receive this punt from Jake Camarda. Nearly blocked. It's a high and short punt that will go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. So some great field position for Auburn to start this drive. Keep our eye on the SEC here. 3 undefeated teams remaining after Kentucky beat Florida last week. They are one of those 3 with Georgia and Alabama, the top 2 teams in the country this season. Ole Miss gets past Arkansas 52-51. A failed 2-point conversion by Arkansas. No time remaining would give that game.
The get off the mat bowl was everything everybody wanted to see. That's an offensive explosion, 52-51, and give Sam Pittman some credit for trying to win the game in regulation.
Second of our doubleheader, Alabama, Texas A&M, right here on CBS. We'll see if Bryce Young and company can keep the momentum rolling for the Tide. Handoff on first down. Jarquez Hunter runs into a wall. Quay Walker was the first one there for the Bulldogs defense.
And I think right now, too, we need to find a way to get Shanker involved in this game. He had an opportunity early on, missed an end zone little touchdown on a wheel route, but he's been non-existent, and they were going to love his matchup against these linebackers and safeties in this ball game. He's number 3 right now in the formation, lined up against a linebacker.
Send Shanker in motion to the outside. 2nd and 8 for Nix. And it's Hunter again. There is just nowhere to run against this Georgia defense. They cover up every potential spot.
They are the dance team dogs. They are so tied together. They work so well laterally, keeping their shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, knowing where their help is, and then they squeeze it and make unbelievable play after play. Really fun to watch this defense run.
So after that efficient first drive from Auburn, another 3rd and long here in their own territory. Dan Lanning and his unit have been fierce once again. Nix fires. Incomplete. Shedrick Jackson was there. It was on the money from Bo, and it's 4th down.
And just a beautifully timed throw from Bo Nix, one-on-one. You see the safety rotating to the middle of the field, and it's an easy completion. You have a scholarship to the University of Auburn for a reason. You have to make that football play, and we've seen it over and over. We've seen it in this game. Drop passes, and to me, this goes hand in hand with Bo Nix getting off reads. There just is not a lot of trust right now between him and his receivers because of drop passes, because of long routes run so far this season.
Another nice punt by Chapman, and Jackson retreats to get it. This drive will start inside the 15. Stetson Bennett is really feeling himself today.
And he's done a great job. The mailman has been delivering down the football field. Great job holding his tight end up. Double move, one-on-one with McConkey. Big play down the field. And then A.D. Mitchell, one-on-one as well on a slant return. Very efficient. And for a game manager against this defense on the road, to be 8 of 12, 135, and 18 yards rushing, That's pretty darn good, Coach. To me, that doesn't scream game manager. That screams a guy that has confidence from his coaching staff.
This was the exact formula when Jake Fromm was doing so well as Georgia's quarterback. This was keep the throw numbers down, take your opportunities. The run game complements it. It's been brilliant thus far.
This time they will go to the ground. Keeping the legs churning Zamir White. He is a power runner, leading this team in yards and touchdowns. Had the one earlier today as well, and gains a chunk on first down.
Well, the one difference, though, is that Nick Chubb and Sony Michel were the running backs in, and they were getting some big chunk plays through the run game. And, you know, Georgia last week, obviously watching the Arkansas game, did a great job with all four guys. But right now it's been Stetson Bennett running the football, leading them with rushing yards right now, and then throwing it as well.
And this crowd has really been taken out of it for the most part. Hit as he throws and delivers a dart. Brock Bowers, the tight end, just found himself some space, and Bennett finds his security blanket.
If he's not the freshman of the year thus far in the SEC, I don't know who is. He has been outstanding and absolutely exactly what they needed, given Darnell Washington's injury early. This has just been a beautiful wide receiver, kind of skilled big guy from Napa, California. The SEC going out to California and getting guys again.
I know Kirby loves going to Napa, and I do too. And that was a great RPO read by Stetson on the inside slant from his big tight end.
Who doesn't want to go to Napa for a recruiting trip? Play action Bennett. Finally forced out of the pocket. And gets a couple yards before having to step out of bounds.
And this is the big difference between Stetson Bennett and JT Daniels, the ability when nothing's there. It's a two-man route, max protection. Auburn drops back in coverage. There's no one there. JT at quarterback, and I'm not trying to create some issues right now. They would have been a no-yard gain. Stetson's ability to run the football when things break down and to get you positive yards is something that they love when he's back there.
Let's see if the crowd can get back involved as they were in that first drive. Milton. Nice tackle coming over.
I feel like this is a big down here, fellas. It's 3rd down and 3. You've got a chance to get Georgia off. Give your offense one more chance here in the first half. We're down to close to 3 minutes left. To leave Georgia out here and give them a chance to put another score on this board could be a knockout punch. Big down here for the home team.
And like Noah said earlier, Georgia will get the ball to start the second half. So they're looking to double up right now. Auburn's got to get big. Tight ends, tight ends, tight ends. And look at Cook as well, lined up a receiver. Got to keep an eye on him in motion.
They send Cook out wide now. Bennett on 3rd and 2 being chased. He is sacked. Big play. Echo Leota. And Auburn gets the stop.
What an outstanding play by the Auburn defense.
Right, great job just staying home, not taking the bait on the outside, and just hawking him down. We talk about the importance of this play. Auburn stepping up defensively.
Loss of 11. Feels like there's been a battery plugged back into this place. The energy is 100% back. 88,000 fans here at Jordan-Hare Stadium as Georgia will punt it after an Auburn timeout. Loss of 11 on the sack from Leota.
Monster play by the Auburn defense.
Robertson is back deep, and we've got movement first.
Did somebody draw him off?
False start on the offense of the 17. 5-yard penalty.
Crowd is making a difference down the stretch in this second quarter. We were waiting for that 12th man, so to speak, to really make its presence felt. And it feels like in the biggest moment where this game could shift in either direction, they have come and provided that spark. Robertson will receive. Camarda sends it to him. Robertson lets it bounce, then retrieves it and is spun down immediately. Jalen Johnson on the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Auburn. Coming up, Adam, BJ, and Kevin Carter will have first half analysis and highlights from around the country on the Geico halftime report. Busy day around college football. Crazy day once again. What else would you expect in October around the college football world? But Bo Nix, who has struggled after a really surgical opening drive, could use some more points before the half.
Well, a good thing for this offense and this football team, they have been used to coming from behind the past 2 weeks.
Brian Harsin mentioned the 35-yard line as that field goal target line for Anders Carlson. It'll be a pass play to start, and Nix will throw it away. Trayvon Walker again with pressure.
I'll tell you what, it is a different feel right now, this Georgia front seven, compared to what we saw from LSU last week. And that was the belief. Could they contain him? Can they keep him from doing the miraculous play that we saw versus the other Tigers in the ball game? And right now they're containing him. They're slowing down his running ability. And obviously we know these receivers on the backside for these guys is not getting open downfield.
It's too early to abandon the run. 2:25 left. You can't be one-dimensional here.
Nix just hit Shivers.
This is your point again, Aaron. He's just throwing the ball too hard. I mean, you're throwing to a running back who's got traffic around him. You need to give him something he can catch rather than trying to, knock him down like you're playing dodgeball.
Well, he also had Demetrius Robinson coming on a dig route across the middle, and that's an opportunity to let your receiver against cover two. That's the route. Don't rush it. Let him clear the linebacker and throw it into the open hole that's coming.
Just as that last third down was monster, this one is too. They need to stay on the field if possible.
3rd down and 10 for Nix. Lofts one. He's got his man. Shanker again. Make it a big-time gain and a fresh set.
Oh, it's two-man, one-on-one with Quay Walker. And you've got to trust your tight end in this situation. He's the go-to guy. And a lot of people in this stadium just, a little breather.
It was an absolutely huge play. Absolutely huge play.
Longest play of the game. As Georgia calls the timeout, we'll be back in 30 seconds from Jordan Hare. "21-yard pitch and catch from Nix to Shanker. Longest play of the game for Auburn on the offensive end. Previous was 12. And we'll see if they can use some momentum here.
Up until that play, they were averaging 6 yards a catch.
So 1st and 10, knocking on the doorstep of Bulldog territory. Nix feeling it. And a dart. This time it's Hudson.
And that's a beautifully thrown ball on time, in rhythm to Hudson. And you saw on the back end, defender draped all over Hudson. It's good to see him making some catches this game, some confident catches.
Again, I remind Auburn, too late to abandon the run game.
Nix in rhythm. Hudson again.
Got some rhythm to his game right now, Aaron.
Well, they're quick
his
throws.
Feet are set. He's putting it on the money.
Well, these past 2 throws were no hitches. It was 1, 2, 3. Let the ball go. There's no indecision then of 1 hitch, 2 hitch, and then let me get out of the pocket.
This time I'll hand it off. There is that run game, but Shivers dumped immediately. Adam Anderson, who is Mr. Do-It-All, a likely first-rounder on the stop.
Plenty of time. Minute 37, counting down.
I do want a touchdown, though. When you look at the way this game's going right now,
Auburn has 2 timeouts.
Get this a 1-score game.
Nix. Loss. Incomplete. He was looking for Robertson over the top, and Ringo was there and didn't give him any space.
Well, these DBs for Georgia are stepping up right now on the outside. This was an area of concern. They've done a lot of too-high safeties to start the season, really protecting the outside, in which they should be able to. With that front seven, you are allotted the ability to play some more too-high.
You and I both agree, if you're going to beat the #2 team in the country, you got to make that catch.
Of course, you have to. You get your hands on the ball, you have to make the catch.
4 wide receiver set for Nix on 3rd and 9. Has to get away from the pressure. He does. Nix moving. Oh, he found a man wide open. Trace Robertson. What a play.
He's going Manziel again. He's going Manziel. This was Houdini act right here, getting away from this pressure.
We're making two guys run into each other. And this is the moment versus LSU when the table started to turn. He made some incredible play. It was a touchdown. And then now, once again, making another play, making guys miss, extending it.
Nix, looking end zone, nearly intercepted. Ringo was right there. He put it into his chest.
As soon as we say what a wonderful play, then he comes back and inexplicably throws it in a place where you just cannot throw it.
And did you see Demetrius Robinson pointing in the air? Give me a one-on-one opportunity. Throw it up. And let me go try to moss this dude on the outside.
No need for Brian Harsin to be in a hurry here. Minute 4, you do not want to give the ball back to Georgia with time for them to come down and score. You've got 2 timeouts. The running game and the quarterback run game got to be featured here.
Jarquez Hunter is in. Nix on 2nd and goal. Fakes the handoff. Shuffles around. Nix still on his feet. Has to get rid of it. Out of bounds.
That was a design run play. That was a zone read. Receivers were blocking it. And just a bad read by Bo Nix. The defensive end did not bite. And he was just feeling himself. There's just moments where you're like, you predetermine in your head, I'm going to pull this football.
For those of you on some sort of weight loss program, you can go on the Bo Nix workout plan and just run the many steps as he runs in any football game, and you will kill, I don't know how many calories, but you'll like the way you look.
I'd love to see his Fitbit tracker. What's that looking like after a game?
It's like the whoop. I want to see the heart rate, too.
Sure.
Like they do with the PGA now.
The heart rate of the Auburn fans when he does it has got to be off the charts as well.
Timeout called by Auburn as they look to put the first points on the board in the 2nd quarter against this Georgia defense. Back in 30 seconds. Auburn knocking on the door here, called a timeout after Nix evades a sack, runs 30 yards backwards and throws it out of bounds.
It was funny talking with Coach Bobo this week on the call. And Coach Harsin asked him, hey, what are your top 5 pass plays heading into this game? He said the scramble drill. That's it. Not a play, just scramble drill. Let Bo run around and see if he can find someone wide open. Done it a couple times. Did want a big one to get him here inside the 10-yard line. See if there's some magic in those legs and arm right here in the crucial 3rd down.
We'll know a little bit about Harsin's appetite for a 4th down based on this play call.
Shivers the running back. Schenker is in there, the tight end. Nix to Shivers, and he dropped another one. Nakobe Dean was right in his grill.
And this has to be caught. It's still a little bit of a heater, but got to catch the football, see if he can make Nakobe miss in the open field and get this to a 4th. And let's see if we want to go for it situation. But at the end of the day, you still get some points. Feeling a little bit better heading into halftime. And Bo Nix made some plays too, which was a good sign.
A couple of big 3rd down conversions.
Carlson hit from 24 on the first drive. Will look to do so again here. Oh, movement up front, and now this could lend itself to a different decision.
Decision time.
I think you go for it at this situation.
4th and 2. You're playing the number 2 team. It looks as if they're all gathering, and they're going to head back out there for some more work.
Well, there's a reason why you went on the hard count there.
Offside. Defense unabated to the kicker, number 11. After distance to the goal. Remains 4th down.
Harsin knew heading into that if they jump, I'm going on a hard count. I want to see if I can steal 5 and then go for it from there.
Now remember, it's only half the distance to the goal. So it goes from the 7 to the 3.5. It's not all the way down to the 2. So this is really a decision for Brian as he makes up his mind here. 76% winning.
I like it.
Associated Press.
Winning percentage. Arkansas State and Boise. Now he's in the SEC.
Where do you go here?
I mean, Schenker has to be your guy right now.
Quarterback is going to be featured. He's going to have a run-pass option.
Georgia calls the timeout. 51 seconds left. It's a crucial 4th and goal as this first half is winding down, and Georgia has not allowed a single point in the second or third quarter all season long. It's also been a long time since they've allowed a touchdown, and Auburn will look to put an end to that streak here in a crucial moment because Georgia's going to get that second half kick. This was the last time they gave up a touchdown, and this was in quote-unquote garbage time in the 4th quarter.
It's been, according to Coach Neuheisel, a minute
or several.
It's been a minute or several since Georgia's given up a touchdown. 160 versus South Carolina. I mean, that to me, it's just, this is a, I know you want to say, oh, they haven't played an elite offense yet, yada, yada, yada. This is, you watch the tape, this is one of the best, if not best, defenses in the country. And right now, Bo Nix has an opportunity to put his foot on them and make this a 17-10 score right now.
Big bodies in the game. Tank Bigsby, couple of tight ends, including Schenker and Tyler Fromm. Nix will throw. Nix looking end zone. Incomplete. Xavion Capers, the intended target.
It's a great job in the back end. I think it was Breedy, the defensive back there. That's just a great job.
I want to see this. To me, there's a little bit of grabbing on the back. It's tough on the back end line. Lots of holding. I think they missed one. Georgia got away with a penalty. It's bang, bang, but I think he was a little early, and there was some grabbing before he got to the top of the route as well. But that minute extends for the Georgia Bulldogs.
You create that bunch formation so that you can create picks. And obviously, to fight through the pick, Breedy grabbed a little cloth, but no harm, no foul, say the officials.
And Georgia,
you were just on the side of the officials today. I love it.
It's a
tough job. Yeah.
It is a hard job. There's only like 20 of them out there.
Bennett will have to take one more knee to get this to the
Actually,
half.
there are more like 86,000 of them out there. Who saw it cut completely different.
And then they're voicing it at the moment right now as well as they continue to show the replay here in the stadium. I think we both agree, though, you had to go for the touchdown.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. You got yourself in a position to get yourself a touchdown, get this thing back manageable, one-score game. You had to try.
Bennett kneels it down. And that's the end of the first half. Georgia 17, Auburn 3, as the Bulldogs defense gets another big-time stop at the goal line. For Jenny's halftime interview with Coach Kirby Smart, go to Twitter at SEC on CBS. We now send you to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for the Geico Halftime Report.